After winning 5 out of his first 10 Premier League games and losing 5, Erik ten Hag has gone ahead to obviously see the board of Man United making a replacement list of who is going to be his next manager to really run this club of Man United, if at all he fails to obviously get this team back to where it's supposed to be. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. In the Champions League, Ten Hag has gone ahead to play 3 games, lost 2, won 1. Then Carabao Cup, he was knocked out yesterday, and it looks like it's not becoming beautiful in the eye of the observer. But all in all, these are rumors being brought in through by the people close to the club of Man United. And I'd love obviously start up it with the story coming in from Samuel Lucas that he put up early this morning, and then later I'll read the story coming in from the Times and Germany, where replacements of Erik ten Hag have been really lined up. Now, we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Tomorrow is Juma Karim. Hope you guys are going to flock at the mosques and obviously have something to say to Allah. Now, dressing room sources say there are doubts growing over Erik ten Hag's management, and there is simmering resentment among certain players towards teammates. Some players also unimpressed with the general direction of the club as its strategic review enters a 12th month. Some Man United players feel Ten Hag tends to protect perceived favorites in the squad while rounding on others, albeit without outright naming them in public. Now, favoritism is everywhere. You know, even you who is watching this video, you know who your favorites are. Even a parent has his own favorites. Am I lying? Am I lying? You know, even at home, we knew that a mother, amongst the children she gave birth to, had some that he favored over others. That is it. So, all these are lame excuses coming in from maybe the leaks, and it's obviously the old players doing this, you know, and that clique is known. That clique is known, and their body language in the field of play shows. I won't mention names, but you all know that clique. And for the very first time, I want to see the board of United standing with Erik ten Hag in all this. You know, for Arteta, he accomplished 8th in 2 seasons. For 2 consecutive seasons, he finished 8th. 3rd season, he finished because he came in 2020. He managed for the first 6 months. They finished. Arsenal finished 8th. His first full season, he finished 8th. His second full season, he finished 5th. You know, and his other season, his third, I think his third season, he finished 4th. He finished 2nd, and you see now he's amongst the managers competing for the Premier League trophy for a 2nd season in a row. Now, the board of United should really look through that and obviously understand that the only way they're obviously going to tame these players and really trim off their wagging tails, you know, is by telling them that whoever doesn't want to play for this manager, raise up your hand and get out. This is the manager of Man United. He's going nowhere, and that's when these players will know that no manager is leaving. If at all you don't want to play for this club, better leave. That is it. That is it. It is done at Man City. It has gone ahead to cause stability at Liverpool. It has caused or led to stability at Arsenal and very many other big teams. That is it. Any team has to back the manager. Ask yourself, why is it that after performing very well in his debut season at Man United, finishing 3rd, winning a Carabao Cup trophy, going to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League, playing in a final of the FA Cup, and in the 2nd season, things are really turning sour. The same went sour for Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What's the problem? The problem is simple. There are constants in the team that obviously try to obviously backstab the manager every time the manager notifies that they are not really ready to go on and really play. That is it. And one will say that Ten Hag is a harsh man, but if at all Ten Hag is harsh, why is it that these players turned heel onto Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who really saw them as his children and he treated them very well? They are mates. He was obviously smiling with them. So the club will know that the higher standards being set by Erik Ten Hag are really taking us to where we deserve to be. Now, if you cannot meet that level, let's admit the exit door is open. Leave the club of Man United, go and play elsewhere. That is it. So, for me, all those are lame excuses. I don't really see that as something important for the club of Man United. All what we need to do is to see the board of Man United standing with the manager and really telling them that if at all you don't want to be here, show us your back. I think that's the most important bit of it all. Now, as such rumors are really turning around, the Times Sport is going ahead to report the following story. That Man United are considering alternatives to Erik Ten Hag, who is thought to be on the thin ice after overseeing the club's worst start to a season in 61 years. The club is understood to view Robin, Amorim and Zinédine Zidane as potential replacements to Erik Ten Hag. Now, all these are good managers. That is it. But it will be mad for any of these managers to obviously accept a job at Man United. And we are going to ask the Glazers that you've gone ahead to sack, a sixth manager in a space of 10 years. That means every 2 years we've been having a manager at Man United. Now, let's get the torch from the manager. And now we are we are really taking the torch in your dues. You are the problem. Now, any person who is really ill about the team of Man United, who is ill-informed about the team of Man United, will obviously say, let's sack Erik Ten Hag and really get another manager. We are doing a recycle of what we've been doing the previous years. Look back. Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick, you get? Now, Erik Ten Hag is in the flying pan, and the people who are responsible for this are really backing off, yet they are the people who should be really flying into this flying pan. Those are the Glazers who are really delaying this takeover. It has gone ahead to affect heads of some players at the club of Man United, and they are really fed up. Trust me, it's affecting the players, and I don't know whether the Glazers cannot really understand this. If you want Sir Jim Ratcliffe to come in 25%, get this off and let it be known that he's going to be responsible for footballing matters. When there are going to be huge changes at the club, at any club, you really understand that there is deep in form. That is it. There is deep in form. So, a lot is happening at Man United. But the Glazers are 100% responsible for what we are seeing, because they are the fire, and they are causing the smoke. The bad performances and everything we're seeing at Man United, it's because of the fire that the Glazers are really setting ablaze, and it's causing the smoke you're seeing. So we need to tackle the symptom. You get? We need to tackle the symptom, because I think the symptom comes what comes first? All right, I think it's the symptom. So we need to tackle that. Now, all we need to understand is that nothing is obviously going to really see the Glazers be here. That is it. It's high time we obviously called out anonymously or unanimously as Glazers out movement. Let's call them out and let's hit them. Even if you get in Zidane, even if you get in who, it's not going to really set this club to where we deserve, because these higher standards that players are complaining about are exactly what Ralf Rangnick said, and they are complaining. That is it. Erik ten Hag has been given full control and he's being betrayed by some players, you know. But I've not yet gonna hate, obviously, believe that it's all about in the dressing room. I don't really believe it's all in the dressing room. I think the problem we are having is United are not really doing the needful at the topmost. That is the board. Because if these players want Erik ten Hag sacked, the chance was there, you know. We lost. Let me check that fixture. That run of games that really happened. That saw Manchester United lose to Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Brighton, Crystal Palace, and if at all we lost to Brentford before we went to the international break, that would have been a very bad making to the club of Man United. Now, remember, we lost to Crystal Palace 1-0. We lost to Galatasaray 3-2, and all these games are at Old Trafford. And the game we played at Old Trafford against Brentford would have been a third game lost in a row at Old Trafford, you know. The players came out and fought and really won that game. That's when I got to know that these players don't want the manager sacked. That is it. So, I really want to see Ten Hag here, and I want to see this board obviously show us its back. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. What are your takes about Zinédine Zidane on the list of Erik ten Hag replacements at the club of Man United as things continue from bad to worse? I'm coming back with Wayne Rooney backing the manager and Gary Neville saying that Erik ten Hag cannot overturn this in the game of Fulham. So Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Ciao, ciao.